Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Netflix's original documentary, Crip Camp, a disability revolution. And this talks about this camp down the road from Woodstock where they took care of people, the young people who had disabilities, and they felt at home and had a place where it's like they could live normal lives. These kids can date, they can hang out with their friends. There's somebody always there of supportive and trying to help. And it was a beautiful story with all of these people talking about their experiences at this camp. And the interesting thing about this documentary is that it builds so much from there. It doesn't just stick with telling this story, it tells a story from this context. This is where this all began, this feeling of a need for equality and a safe space. And taking this small camp and expanding it to the world that people who have disabilities live in, where they feel safe and connected and supported. And this documentary goes deeply into the protests, the fighting for disability rights, and finally building up to the point where it's like you could use public transportation because you could get there. You didn't have to like hop down and drag your wheelchair down into a subway and then try to find a seat. And we live in a world now where it seems so commonplace, but also being somebody who works in higher ed, the idea of disabilities and learning differences and things like that are so important to help students be able to get past that and have the resources that they need. Watching this documentary was really meaningful to me because you got to see the struggle, the passion from those who were there, who were in it, who fought. And this really was a revolution. A lot of things had to change, and those roadblocks being like, well, that's just too expensive for just a small part of the population. But the thing is, it's like, those people deserve to have access to these things, and you should be able to get those no matter what state of being that you're in. And you heard from all kinds of different perspectives from all kinds of different people of different levels of function, and those who were born with these issues or who came into them because of unfortunate circumstances. But this is a really passionate and meaningful documentary. It's moving. I think this is something really worth watching, especially if you don't know a whole lot about disabilities and the struggles of people with disabilities, because this is something that can be very eye-opening. And I think it's something needed and worthwhile to watch. So I highly recommend going to watch Crip Camp, A Disability Revolution on Netflix. It's a really strong, powerful documentary. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. Let's talk some movies and have a dialogue about this. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.